People dumber than you are making millions of dollars wholesaling real estate. Let that set in for a second. Really think about that really hard. There are people who are way dumber than you that are making millions of dollars outside of the gurus. That should be a very upsetting statement for you. That should be something when you hear it, you get visibly mad or upset over that people who are not as smart, heck, people who are not as hardworking as you are getting everything you desire in life. You know, the money, the clout, the fame, the girls, the guys, whatever you're thinking of, right? They are getting it all. All the fancy things, cars, boats, traveling, whatever it is, right? People dumber than you are achieving all of these things. And you're sitting here broke, trying to make a change in your life. And you might be asking yourself, well, why is this person more successful than me? And this is not a video telling you, oh, you just got to work hard, bro. That is not the reason why. The true reasons I'm going to share with you today of exactly why there are people out here who are just way less skills, way dumber, how they're making a stupid amount of money wholesaling real estate and how you can be just like them. Not dumb, but rich. It's a lot of rich people I know. They're absolute idiots out there. But they have these certain things that if you start implementing, you could start becoming successful in wholesaling. And I want to share them. So again, most people don't get what they want out of life. This is a true statement, and this is a statement that's a little upsetting, I think, for a lot of people to hear, but it's probably one of the most true statements I can tell anyone, that you're not getting out what you want in your life. And that should be something that kind of opens your eyes, kind of gets you to think a little like, yeah, that there's a lot more I want out of my life than I'm getting right now. And I want to make a change. And you're watching this because you want the change, right? You want to actually start achieving what you're putting out. And you might not be a materialistic person. You might be just wanting to help your family. And that is a noble pursuit, right? But the issue I see with a lot of wholesalers is they don't know how to get there. They don't know how to go from being broke to making millions. So why are people who are way worse off, like dumber, don't work as hard, why are they becoming more rich and successful? Why? Why the money, the clout, the cars, the mansion, whatever you perceive as amazing, right? Why? I'll tell you. It's the same reason why the best basketball players are not the most skilled or who we call, the most genetically gifted. There's this thing in the NBA, and a lot of NBA players talk about it. It's kind of funny, but this happens a lot in fighting and wrestling too, where somebody in practice is an absolute menace. They are amazing at practice, right? Like they're one of the best players in practice. They'll destroy everyone, right? This happens with boxers a lot. And if you hear professional boxers talk about this, like Mike Tyson will talk about this, where Mike Tyson didn't believe he was the best boxer, right? He trained with people that were better than him. But here's the difference between these type of people, right? Is the boxer in practice is way better than the champion, right? But when the lights go on, when it goes ding, ding, and it's real pressure, the best boxer in practice gets destroyed, and the boxer who actually has that composure wins. So the best basketball players of all time get destroyed in practices, but when it comes to actual game time, clutch situations, that's when the real players come out. And the same thing happens in wholesaling, right? The smartest wholesalers usually don't end up making the most money. Why do you think I'm so rich? All right, it's just a joke kind of, but like really start thinking about that. The smartest people, and I say this on my one-on-ones all the time. I often say this. You're too smart. We got to dumb you down a little bit. And what I mean by, quote, dumbing you down is you don't have to be as like analytical when you're thinking, because you tend to overthink and overregulate your mind, and that stops you from taking action. The reason why these type of people do so well is they have confidence, they have conviction, they have a complete belief in their abilities and for them doing it. That is how it works. So this is how wholesalers who are having everything you want in your life right now are not becoming successful. And I think a lot of wholesalers go out here thinking that they have to be the most intellectual, smart. Do the work, man. You sometimes gonna be dumb enough just to believe in yourself. And I think that's the thing not a lot of wholesalers understand, but sometimes you have to have a little bit of delusion to believe you can actually do it. And a little bit of delusion thinking that you can do this. And it takes a crazy person to start thinking like this. But once you start thinking like this, you start doing it. And so the best wholesalers coming out here, they're really good at the basics, right? They don't do crazy SEO. They don't do crazy systems. They don't try to have 14, 15 Podio automations going. They don't have 17,000 podcasts they're listening to. They don't do this, What they do is they just work. And more often than not, the really successful wholesalers, the ones that become millionaires, from me teaching them, right? What they do, which I know sounds crazy, but is completely true, is they hear me say something and they do it. Whoa, that's a crazy concept. I say, hey, go drive for dollars. And they do it. They don't say, well, I think if I do a drive for dollars with a system and then I go filter out the data and get the perfect pain points no! Work. This is what I'm begging you. And this is what I'm telling everybody watching this to do. Stop with your crazy systems. Stop trying to get insane with all these different distractions. They're truly distractions. And if you're smart, you think you're doing well, but you're really being dumb. Stop trying to go out here and do all these crazy things. Okay? So how do wholesalers that are dumber than you make more money? They just work, right? They don't have these crazy systems. They don't do insane things. And I know it's funny to say, but like, you think of Forrest Gump, right? Like, he just does it. Like, he doesn't overthink, right? And when I tell you to do something, they do it. And the best analogy I can tell you for this is you can't run 10 miles a smart way. And what I mean by this is there's not an intelligent way to run 10 miles, right? So a lot of people, they listen to me say, hey, go run 10 miles. What they want to do is they want to sit down for 14 hours, look up the best running shoes, look up the best form. What's the breathing technique? What's the perfect beats per minute my heart should be for running the 10 miles so I have the best stamina? What do I do for this? And the dumb guy, or heck, the action taker, just runs. And the person that just runs after I tell them to run, they get done 10 miles. Let's say you're running a 15-minute pace, you're a little walking, right? That's 2.5, 3 hours, right? The person that does the analytics spends 4 weeks figuring out the perfect breathing technique, and then they start running. And so the perfect is 4 weeks ahead. Or heck, if you spend 4 hours on Google trying to figure out how to run, the person, you win by 8, 9 hours. And so just do it. I feel like Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. But there's no smart way to run a straight line 10 miles. You just do it. And here's the secret. And here's another way the dumb wholesalers get more rich is because you know what's the best education in wholesaling real estate is by doing it. And so you get better at running simply by running more. You get better at basketball by simply doing more basketball. You get better at fighting live. So when you actually have a real fight, you get better by just having enough live fights. You get better at MMA when you have more MMA fights usually, unless your head gets all screwy. But like, it sounds better to go out here and analyze and study and try to make everything perfect. But really, at the end of the day here, the best way for you to become successful, hands down, without even a thought in my mind, okay, The best way is just to work. And the work is funny because when you start working more, you'll end up figuring out that you just get better because you're putting the reps in. And it's better to do a rep than it is to study how to do a rep. It's like the guy who spends 3 hours studying how to work out. And if you just work out, you do better. I see a lot of people in here that they feel attacked by me saying this. And I don't care if you unsubscribe. I don't care if you just say, hey, okay, this is too much for me. Zach's kind of kicking me in the butt right now. I'm not trying to kick you in the butt to make you feel bad. I'm trying to kick you in the butt so you can make a change. Because I think a lot of you guys out here overanalyze, overthink. You always say, why is this guy doing better than me? The big part is believing. And the simple act of believing in the words you say, believing in your mission, will 100% make you rich. And really, really think about that. Not, yeah, I think I can do it, or I hope I can do it, but like actually believing, yes, I will do it. I will become successful. I have to, and I must, and it will happen. There's a big difference between thinking, I think I can do it, versus going out here and just going all in. Actually believe in your mission. Because when you believe you can do it, shocker, when you believe you can do it, you end up doing it. Let me say that one more time. When you believe you can do it, you actually do it. Not like a half-truthed or a half-thought, I think I can, but really knowing you can. This brings in conviction and confidence. And we talk about confidence as a buzzword all the time. But really understand that a lot of you guys are just kind of going through the motions with your wholesaling. You think you can do it, you hope you can do it, but you don't believe. Like true belief in your heart 100%. And this is the thing you have to start having. Because how can a seller believe in you to buy their house if you don't even believe in yourself? How? How is that even possible? If you don't believe in yourself, how's someone going to believe in you? And you have to convey that to your seller that you can buy their property. Really start thinking about that. How hard would you work if you knew you would make $100,000 by the end of the year wholesaling, but you have to work 10 hours a day wholesaling? Guaranteed 100K. Would you do it? Really think about that. Would you do it? Most people will say, yeah, of course I'll do it. Oh, hands down. The funniest thing is like, well, if you do it and you actually stay consistent and you do the actions every day, you're going to do it. You're going to hit it. And you're actually going to become successful. And it's so funny that like, oh, if I gave you some crazy guarantee, you would do it. But like, why don't you put the guarantee in your mind that it's going to happen? And you'll end up doing it. That is it. The belief that you have. And so what are the wholesalers who go from 1 deal to 2 to 3, 4? Like you see their growth like crazy. You know what's the secret of the growth? It's because they actually believe it. So once they start doing a deal, they believe they can do it. And then they end up getting 4 deals. And I had this one person, he's been Flipwithrick Plus for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And they had 0 deals the first year and a half. Almost 2 years. Zero deals. Okay? 0. 0 to 0, 0, 0, 0. Like nilch. Year and a half, talking to me every week. Nothing. And about 4 months ago, they got the first wholesaling deal. You know how many deals they've had in the past 2 months? 7. So let me ask you, what has that person been doing in the past 2 months that is so much different than the past year and a half? Are they marketing more? No. Are they closing more? Actually, yeah. But like, well, what's the thing? Because they got their first deal, they actually believed it could happen. And their belief went to 100%. And I know it's crazy, but that's all it takes is just that belief. And so if he just had that belief for a year and a half, he probably would have been at 50, 60 deals by now, probably, right? And it's an insane fact that just happens more and more every single dang time. But really believing in yourself has insane consequences for success. And so I beg everybody watching this to really believe. do not be this quote imposter. I see so many wholesalers who are imposters, right? They think that they're faking having confidence, or they're trying to believe it enough until it happens, and they'll actually believe. And you can't lie to yourself, right? You could try to do it, but subconsciously you're being an imposter, and you end up not doing it the right way. You have to truly believe in yourself. You truly have to believe in the mission you're doing and why you're doing it. And so my thoughts for everyone today, and the reason why I'm making this video today is I want everybody watching this to start creating a new standard in their life. A new standard of where their life needs to be, a new standard of where their life is heading, and what they need to start doing. If you could start actually creating the standard of, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to start doing my marketing, I'm actually going to believe in myself, I'm going to cold call, I'm going to talk to sellers with complete conviction in my heart, I will do more deals. I will fight for success. Start talking like this and doing it. It will happen. There are people out here grinding and grinding and grinding and not getting anywhere because of that belief. They're not consistent. They're not doing it. And you have the ability, you have it all in your heart and your grasp to go out here and make a change. There are probably, I think, millions of people today that did not get to wake up this morning. They passed away last night, right? I don't care where in the world you're watching this, right? A lot of them too young, way too tragic, right? It happens all the time, right? And they don't have the opportunity to breathe right now. They don't have the opportunity to actually retire their mom, take care of their kids, experience life for what it is. And you're going out here complaining to me about how tired you are. Oh, how tired. There are people who aren't even alive right now. They're in the dirt. And you're telling me how hard things is? Your life is way better than any dead person's. I promise you this. Any billionaire who's 90 years old would trade everything to be in your position right now. And so I do not accept the fallacy of how terrible your life is. There's only one person that can say their life is the worst, and that is the person then that is having it worse off than anyone, right? There's 7 billion people. I can always tell you, well, there's somebody worse off. And in wholesaling, there's always somebody worse off that did way better than you, right? And so just understand this new standard you have for your life. And part of this new standard is no excuses. There's a difference between an excuse and there's a difference between hey, I couldn't cold call today because I had a heart attack and I have to be in the hospital. That's not an excuse. Okay, that's just a fact. Okay, we get better and then get back to cold calling, right? But a lot of you guys don't have something that drastic. You have, I'm tired. It's been a long day. My favorite is, I need a mental health break. And I'm not trying to downplay mental health, but I'm here to downplay about how bad your mental health would be being broke. Your mental health would be better being rich. I know it doesn't solve all problems, but it solves most problems. And so if you're able to be in shape and have a lot of money as a guy, I mean, your life's pretty dang good, right? You can fix a lot of issues. And so create a new standard for yourself, and a new standard of, when I say something, it's done. And I don't think a lot of men and women have that in their lives, especially young men and women. Maybe older people like me, they're over 24. Well, when I call young people now, I call them 16, 17-year-olds. I feel like an old attacked me. I survived. That's how it works. Sorry, guys. The guru attacks happen every day. They attack. They try to stop the mission. They try to stop what I'm trying to say. And this makes what I'm talking about even more important. Creating a new standard for your life. These wholesaling gurus that attack my servers, attack everything. And I like to call it a joke, but I don't call it a joke. But when I tell you to make a new standard in your life, when I tell you to never accept an excuse, when I tell you when I tell you to create a standard in your life where every single thing in your life is in your control, including success in wholesaling real estate, it is. No guru, not me, not Mr. John Smith, not Mr. Other Guru, not any of these people have any control of if you're going to become successful or not. I listened to a podcast today where they said, I would not be anywhere without you. And, it's talking about guru thing, right? And it's always funny to me that they made it seem like, hey, the only reason that I am successful, okay, the only reason I'm successful is because you had this special course. And I want you to understand that your life is completely inside your control. It's not going to take a wholesaling guru to go out here and tell you for $15,000 to become a success or not. That is not the case. That will never be a thing. That is not a standard you have for yourself, that there is a secret information that is stopping me from becoming successful. I get this all the time. You know why I say this stuff? Because I had 4 guru attack ads, people spending money attacking me for giving me free information. That's how much I'm making these people scared. Bigger names, smaller names, whoever you want to call it. But what I'm telling you right now is you have to create a standard for your life. Just think about the information I'm telling you today. There are people actively spending hundreds of dollars every single month, thousands of dollars a day, to try to get you to stop listening to my message. You know why? People are paying money because they are losing money by me communicating on a platform like this. Me streaming live, me talking to you is something that is upsetting the whole entire industry. Because a multimillionaire is just telling you what the actual truth is. Do you hear anybody out here telling you that you have to create a standard for your life? Stop trying to rely on outside sources for your success. You are the only person who can control your success. You do never, ever hear that. And what I'm telling you is if you create a standard in your life, you don't have to deal with no stupid guru a day. Because you start marketing more, you start making money, you start getting rich. So really go out here and actually be dumb enough to believe you can do it. Have this delusion that you can actually get it going. All of the successful wholesalers that you ever look up to or see on the internet that are actually doing deals, they are all like you. But again, they are not like you in the ways that count. In the ways that count, they believe in themselves. They do the work. They're consistent. They wake up every single day with pride and gratefulness in their soul. And they're going to make the most out of every moment they're alive. If you're not doing this right now, and you don't have the standard of life, you will not make excuses. You will work hard. You'll do everything in your power. You are behind the 8 ball right now. You are not becoming the success that you are destined to be. Guys, your destiny in life is completely different than where you're at right now. You have to make that change. You have to. So you got to keep taking the shots until the ball goes in the net. I think a lot of people are shooting their shots, right? They're shooting it in the net and it's not going in, and they want to keep complaining to me. Just keep shooting the shots and something's going to get in there if you have enough form, if you practice it enough. If you just keep going, you'll do it, right? If you keep shooting shots, the ball will go in the net. And the coolest part about wholesaling is nobody knows when you miss a shot. They only know when you make the shot. That's the reason why I love wholesaling real estate so much. That is the key to your success. And so the last thing you have to know, and probably the hardest truth to swallow, is the world is not fair. Life is not fair. And more specifically, I'll be honest with you, wholesaling is not fair. Wholesaling is not a fair game. Wholesaling real estate is not a fair thing. It's not a fair business. And you might be like, wait, what is he saying right now? It's true. There are people in better markets than you. There are people who have better opportunities. There are people who get more trust from sellers. There are people that are just naturally more talented at talking to sellers than you. There are people more naturally energetic than you. There are younger people than you, older people than you. All these things. There are people starting out with way more money than you that can actually buy the house cash. There are people putting $5,000 EMD deposits. There are all these factors that go against you, if for and against. There's a lot of things stopping you from becoming successful. There's a lot of things stopping you from not becoming successful. But wholesaling real estate inherently is not a fair game. Like basketball, there are people that are just inherently taller than you. There are people genetically faster than you, right? And there's just things you can't teach that people have. Should you give up because of it? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. This life is not fair. And specifically in life, let's talk about life for a second, right? It's not fair that at 24 years old of me talking about this, of talking to you, that I make millions of dollars a year and you suffer. That's not fair at all. Really think about that. Like, it's not fair that a 24, like objectively speaking, it's not fair that a 24-year-old is making millions of dollars while you're going out here broke and suffering. That inherently is not a fair thing. Can we all just agree to that? It's not fair a 24-year-old is making more money than 99.9% of wholesalers out here at 24. It's also not fair that I had to get up at 4 a.m. to put bandit signs out. It was not fair that I had to go out here and deal with code enforcement. It's not fair that I got my teeth kicked in on almost all these beginning appointments. It's not fair that I had to grind it out. It's not fair that I had to do full-time high school, full-time college while at it, while we're working a job doing wrestling, cross country, and then wholesaling on the side too. It's not fair that I was tired at the end of the day. It wasn't fair that I was cutting weight and trying to go out here and cold call sales, right? None of this stuff was fair. But it's not fair goes two ways. There's two streets to this, right? It wasn't fair when I was 18 years old in wholesaling real estate in my own market. I had to go against 40-year-olds with $20K a month marketing budgets. It's not fair when I was 18 years old, high schooler. I had to go to an appointment where they had another guy on the phone who's 40 years old, who's buying 2 houses a month. And it's like, woo me, Zach. Tell me why I need to go with you. That's not fair. It's not. That guy has been doing it way longer. He has way more money than me. And I'm only like 40 grand in assignment fees, right? It's not fair. It's never fair. It's not fair I locked up 5 deals today. That's not fair either while you're struggling, right? It's not fair goes two ways. And so before you tell yourself this and before you try to feel bad about yourself, just understand that it's not fair. It's not fair I can collect millions of dollars in rental income passively this year. That's not fair at all. How's a 24-year-old able to do that? That's not fair. He shouldn't be able to do that. I know a lot of college students don't think that's fair. And before anyone raises that toast of it must be, I get that a lot too. You know, it must be nice to own all those rentals. I get that a lot. It must be nice to have that many deals coming in. No, it must be nice to pay all the 401ks for my staff, all their health insurance. It must be nice to go out here and pay them regardless or not that I make money. That must be nice. Oh, whoa, they don't say that, right? But it's not fair that I can make all this money at 24, right? It's not fair. And what I tell anyone that tells me it's not fair, I always explain that it wasn't fair. I had to work 7 days a week, 15 hours a day straight, when everyone my age at 18, 17, 19, 20, 21 years old were living their best life, living their prime years, partying and living the perfect young man's life, going out here and partying and doing all that fun stuff they claim, right? Is it fair that I had to give up not my youth, right? I sound like a loser saying that, but like it's not. But like I had to quote give up 7 days a week, 15 hours a day, partying and doing all that stupid stuff. I didn't do any of that. Is that fair? Is it fair for an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old to not go out here and do any parties or anything like that? Is that fair? I don't think it's fair. I think young people should be able to do that, right? But it's also not fair that I'll make more money than any of my friends combined in probably a week than they do in a whole year combined, right? And so understanding that things are fair or not fair, you have to roll with the truth. And I made the decision at a very, very young age that I've decided at 24 years old, I can buy whatever I want, whenever I want, wherever I want to go, and not work 2 or 3 hours a day if I want, maybe 8 hours if I'm nuts. And I can just do what I want whenever I want at 24. Here's the thing. Not many people have that ability unless they're born rich. And I created this life for myself. Rick created this life for himself. And we've both created this life so we can do whatever we want, whenever we want. I think Rick's probably fishing or something stupid right now, right? On a boat 15 miles offshore. Hopefully he's good. He's probably catching a marlin or sailfish or something, right? But like, start thinking about the sacrifices you want to make. It's not even a sacrifice. It's a price. Most people want success, but they're not willing to pay the price of it, right? Everybody wants a Lambo, but they don't want to pay the price of a Lambo. Everybody wants to get 5 deals, but they're not willing to pay the price to get 5 deals. There are a price to things, my friends. And one thing I'll tell you is working 60 years for a job is not as good as just making it on your own. And so before you go out here and see me talking about making millions and how unfair fair things are, you have to understand you have to live a life that's not fair. It's not fair I have to work so hard, but it's not fair that you're so successful. It's a double-edged sword, my friends. And I truly believe everybody watching this can start making that change and sacrifice. I'm not telling you to abandon your kids and go cold call for 14 hours. What I'm saying is you have a choice when you wake up in the morning what to do. Scroll on TikTok, scroll on Instagram, go on YouTube, do all these fun things. We can go out here and do the work. And I hate to be so bitter about it, but it's true. As a guy that loves the Miami Dolphins in football, right? Like, I make a decision to watch a football game for a couple hours. Heck, I could have been driving for dollars. I live in the bed that I make. And a lot of you guys start not understanding this. You'll play video games, you'll watch your anime, you'll do whatever you want, but like you won't call a seller. You'll go watch you'll go see Deadpool, Wolverine, right? Watch your superheroes fight villains, but you like them because they're so courageous, but you won't be courageous yourself. It's insane that I see this from people. You have to go out here and make a change. Once you make the change, your life will change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Believe in yourself and make an insane amount of money wholesaling houses. That is my message for you today. Do what nobody else is willing to do. And the quote that I love the most about this is Inky Johnson says this, but to get what others won't, you have to do what others don't. So to get what others won't, you have to do what others don't, which means if you want the things that other people can never get, you have to be willing to do things that they'll never do. And once you do that, your life becomes a lot better. Things start changing. Your life becomes more successful. And start living that concept. Start actually living that quote, right? To do what others won't, you have to do what others don't. So when you want the Lambo, the cars, the success, you have to be willing to sacrifice to get to that level. If you don't sacrifice, you will never get it. When I cold called 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year straight, I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars when I could have partied in college. But I chose to start making the momentum, make millions of dollars at 24, do whatever I want, because that was my decision. And I live with that decision, making millions of dollars every single day. So work like there's no tomorrow, because there might not be. It's never promised. Go out here and grind. Go out here and do the work. And if you do that, I promise you, you'll become successful. Everybody asks for success. Don't ask for it, do it. You'll get rich. Wholesaling real estate. That's my message for you. It's not for the faint of heart. I know there's going to be some triggered people out here, but I could really care less. If this message goes to somebody and they start making a change in life, I accept it. But I've decided to make this message today because it's been very apparent to me the past couple of days of these insane attacks I've been getting from other gurus, people paying ads to attack me and to try to bring me down and stop my reputation. And it's never like Zach's a bad person. Zach screwed me. Zach doesn't make money. It's Zach's methods aren't good. My methods are better. It's always funny to me when I see that. But I'm not even trying to start drama. I'm not mentioning names. But I appreciate everyone DMing me their support. But people are paying thousands of dollars to try to stop me from giving a free message that has helped made people millions of dollars. It is utterly disgraceful. I see this. People try to bring me down so they can sell you a $4,000 course, $7,000 course. DM me the word money to be in the mentorship. It's crazy to me. So if you ever wonder what drives me sometimes to keep doing what I'm doing for free, I got a lot more people to prove wrong. I got clowned on. I ain't gonna say it, right? I got another decently sized group. This one guy who runs it, he decided I was going to teach him how to do YouTube. Like he said, Zach, I want to learn how. I'm not even trying to air dirty laundry. I'm saying the truth. This guy, tell him how to. He wanted to learn how to do YouTube. He said, I was going to teach people for free. I said, if you want to teach people for free, I'll show you how to run the channel and how to do it the right way. And I'll give you some tips that people have offered a lot of money. And I've declined thousands of dollars of advice for people. And I gave all this to this guy, gave him everything, and said, just help people for free. He said, can I pay? I just help people for free. I know karma, right? He decides to take all that information, start running his YouTube channel. And this was like 2 months ago. And then decides to publicly shame me and say, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He sucks. He's terrible. And all these things, right? And I'm like, dude, you literally copy everything I do. And I don't want to get into the whole thing, but like, and then other people take that, say, oh, I'm just going to take shots at Zach. And then you get the whole thing. It's like, I'm telling you right now, more and more people right now are feeling the struggle of these wholesaling gurus attacking you guys because you're starting to get shamed for not spending $8,000 on a course. And so if you ever want to know why I'm going crazier on the free content. I'm going crazier on helping more people because these gurus, they're choking right now. They can't breathe because you're not spending the $8,000 on their courses anymore. They can't make money off their affiliate links. I've been going after affiliates for almost 2 or 3 months now, right? With X leads, right? We're getting rid of the whole affiliate marketing game for wholesaling. These gurus can't make any more money except the only thing you have to do is start wholesaling. It's getting crazier. It's what we're doing, guys. We're changing the game and helping everyone out. So if you got questions, let me answer them live and let me help you guys out. If you guys want to hop on my streamer link and talk to me, I have it right here. You want to talk to me and we'll get it going, guys. But love to see it. Love to help you guys out. But yeah, no. I get a little fired up because I keep getting people telling me like, oh man, I get all these crazy attack ads. But like at the end of the day, I get 15 DMs the other day of just people like, I got my first deal. Thanks, Zach. Changed my life. It's crazy. And so what I want to do is just answer some questions, see how I can help you guys out and make you the richest, most successful wholesalers. A little guru attack here. They try to stop the stream, I think. I don't know. We'll see it. Let's see. Carlos says, the greater good you do, the devil hates you. It's funny. Zach taking a shot of vodka. It's water. I don't drink at all. So it's all water. I drink about 1 gallon a day. I'll tell you. It's impressive I don't use the bathroom when I do these streams because I drink a lot of water. Mitchell says, what's the best way to pull lists for cheap? Come on. You know this. Wholesaling.com government list. The best free information you can possibly get from motivated seller leads for free. Wholesaling.com. Let's see here. Choose your hard. I'm telling you, everyone, choose your hard. Michael Jordan missed the most shots and he made the most shots. It's exactly what I mean. Let's see here. I'm going to push myself to exhaustion. I love to see it. Let's see here. Oh, that's a good one. The magic you're looking for is in the work you are avoiding. That is completely true. I love that. That's a great quote. Who said that quote? The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. We get a lot of procrastinators. They love doing it. If they give the knowledge for free, they get it 10x. It's true. Oh my gosh. Illuminati. Yeah. Let's get it going. Yeah, I was lagging for a bit, but we got it all done. New standard. Guys, make that new standard for your life. I'm telling you. Let's see here. I had a friend that was good at punching the bag, but was trash in sparring. It's pretty true, guys. I ain't gonna lie. It's how this business works. You gotta do the work. Let's see. What's up, Ike? What's up, Mr. Gaines? Can't wholesale in Canada. You can virtually wholesale from Canada. America's where the money's at. All righty. Let's see this here. Mom thinks you're cool. A gallon of vodka a day. No, I always say an offer a day keeps the guru away. True statement I think I've ever said. All right, let's do some one-on-one. So if you want to hop on StreamYard, talk to me. Let me go over your business and help you out. So let's get it going. Elijah, how's it going?
Sweet. Hey, how you doing? I didn't expect to get in right away, man.
I'm blessed, man. How can I help you out?
So I got my first deal doing the code violations government list. Oh, let me turn my camera. Yeah, I don't mind just say it. So government list, and I did cold calling code violations. I'm trying to get I'm trying to basically invest some of the money into getting more leads moving faster. I need to kind of get it rolling quickly.
Yeah.
Where would you say I should start putting money in and investing? Where should what will help me start bringing in more leads quicker and stuff?
Okay, so have you done any deals yet?
Yes, I have. I'm on my second one now.
Okay, how do you get that first deal?
Code violations.
How do you get the second deal?
It was connected with the other one, but I had another one through. It might have been code violations again, and I didn't understand how to owner finance it at the end. So, should I open markets maybe?
Well, do multiple markets?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're exactly what I'm talking about. You're too smart. We got to dumb this down for you, okay? Stop being smart, all right? All right. So what market are you in?
Savannah, Georgia.
Ooh, okay, actually maybe. Okay, so what is it? Information changes situation. So the more information I get about you, the better decisions we can make, right?
Okay.
So Savannah's a weird one, right? Like, it's a very, I mean, I think you know this, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a very weird market. So code violations. Were you calling this list?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So are you just doing Savannah, or are you doing all of Chatham County?
Right? Yeah, Chatham County. Effingham. I used to live out there. I'm not there now, so it was just kind of like I knew the area. I'm in Colorado Springs right now. It's a tough market.
Okay, so you're virtually doing this.
Yeah. Yes, okay. Virtual.
See, this makes it even easier.
Okay.
Okay. So if you've got 2 deals in Chatham County, keep it up. That's number one advice. Don't stop. Okay. Don't stop what's working. Now, looking more into this, right? So just so I get this, so you were calling the code violations, right?
Yes, code calling.
Okay. So my best advice for you is just keep doing what has been working. Don't change anything up. Now, what I'll say is just start adding things. So how much was that first deal?
10 grand.
Okay, how much is the second deal going to be?
5.
Woo! That's good.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thank you.
Now, I would love to tell you, hey, go get this software, do this and scale. And I could tell you to do all these things, but what you've been doing is just simple and getting deals. And, the way I look at it is, if it's good, keep doing it. So stop. Don't try to do other things, right? I think that's the biggest issue I see people have. So let's keep Chatham County. What I'll tell you is don't expand markets, but expand lists.
Okay.
So, for example, I would text the code violations too.
Okay.
So that's not crazy, right? So we already know the code violations work. I mean, we have 15,000 reasons why. So I think you should expand on that a little more. So I think you should text the code violations. Then I think you should start texting pre-foreclosures, start calling liens, I would just expand calling more lists. Okay. I think obviously you know what I'm going to say. Let me test you how many videos you watched me. What list do you think you should call next?
I have the water shutoffs already. So
which one do you think I'm going to tell you to call next?
After code violations? Is it water shutoffs or probates, I would think, right?
Yeah, probates.
Okay. Probates.
That's it.
All right, probate. So just go through. Oh, that's another question. So with the probates, it's a little confusing when I'm trying to read the way it's broken down and stuff. So who is the person that I need to contact, or what do they call the person who's getting the property and stuff? Because I've reached it, searched it, and it seems like I'm getting a different name. They're the
So yeah, Elijah. So first of all, freewholesaling.com, FYI.
Okay.
It's got like 1 million hours of probate.
I think I watched it probably I've watched the whole thing so many times. I think I'm just starting to
You
get.
watch it so many times, you're forgetting.
Yes.
Okay. So it's either going to be the personal representative, PR, petitioner,
Petitioner.
heir, right? There's so many different names for these.
Okay.
But like what you're going to find is, here's the big secret. It's Elijah Cadet, right? So
Yes.
if you're, let's say, for example, that your great grandma died. Okay. No, very, very long ago. And so you're inheriting her property, right? She was 400 years old, right? So her name would be like Josie Cadet. So I'm going to guess that Elijah Cadet is probably the heir because you have the same last name, right? So that's the biggest secret. So if you get a list of 100 probates, just look at where a lot of the last names match up and you'll figure it out.
Okay.
Like you see McCormick. So like John McCormick dies and then Sarah McCormick is a PR. Okay, well, I can only guess that is going to be that's the best one. You'll find that the names match up like 20-30% of the time.
Okay.
What you really need.
Gotcha. Cool.
So I think personal representative, PR, heir, that's probably your best way to figure it out.
Okay. Do you think organizing wise, that's one of the other things I think I missed some deals with, and I know
you need to go to wholesaling.com, man. Organizing is not an excuse. That's a 2019 excuse.
No, I was about to say, should I pay for a CRM for it? I've been trying to use Excel, my own document, and I'm killing it, bro.
Google Sheets is fine.
Okay.
What I think you should be doing, which I don't think you're implementing, is I don't think really people understand this. Just have Gemini AI, which is Google's AI.
Okay.
Literally do a CSV format. Okay, so that's comma, split, splice, whatever it's called, right? And what you can do is just organize this data. Or here's even crazier. I don't know if you just screenshot the probate and just put it into Gemini, say, organize this into a Google Sheet, and it'll do it for you.
Okay, cool.
It's crazy. It's all free.
Yeah.
So what I would used to tell you back in the days, pay a VA $5 an hour, $300 a week to organize your data. But AI will do it faster and for free.
Okay. So just use the Google AI and put it in there.
Yep.
Sweet.
Organize this data into a Google Sheet, and then it just does it all for you.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And so let's see what we take away from this, okay? Because you're starting a fire, right? You got a little kindling. The fire's coming up, but we got to put some gasoline on this thing, man, right?
Yeah.
The problem is you don't want too much because it's going to just burn out, right? You want to slowly do it the right way. Okay. So we're going to start texting code violations. Yes. Number one, we are going to start calling probates.
Okay. Let me write
and texting pre-foreclosures.
Gotcha. Okay,
and then you're going to come on next week, right? Yeah.
I'm about to take notes with you really quick.
You're stuck. Violations. Okay, you're stuck. So you're going to have to. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Text the code violations.
Gotcha.
Literally the same list you call. So it's already skip traced, right? Quick hack, right?
Kind of. I'm reading. I'm skip tracing them myself manually.
Telepathically. Okay.
No, I'm doing them one at a time.
When you skip trace it, make sure you keep the phone number, right?
Okay.
Text those leads.
Gotcha.
And what I'll tell you is text code violations. Start texting pre-foreclosures and calling probates.
Gotcha.
So I love fishing. So I love using a lot of fishing analogies. What you'll find is you might use a lure to catch some fish, but if you change it up to a live bait, you'll catch other types of fish. And so the list is working, right? So you know the pond is good, the code violation pond. Let's try to change up the bait.
Okay.
You're going to get more bites. And what I mean by this is I will go call a list of 10,000 high equities on my team, and we'll get like 2 deals from it, right? But we'll text the same list the same time and get 2 extra deals. It's like, why didn't you pick up your phone? They just didn't. They just read the text. So you can't afford not to text.
Okay. Gotcha. So texting.
So you're going to Google voice it, 5 texts an hour, not 6, 5 texts an hour, and you should be good. How many code violations do you have for the month?
We probably get in a month. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even sure.
Like 100, 200, 1,000.
Probably like 300, something like that. Maybe like.
Okay, so in 60 hours, so in a week, you can go out here and text that whole list, man. You're great, man. You're in a great position, man.
Okay.
I'm not even asking you to work 40 hours a week like that. This is simple, man. So come on next week. Let me know how it's going.
Okay.
You should triple your lead flow.
Okay.
And theoretically, that should triple the amount of money you're making, man. But proud of me, man, 15 grand. You already have the belief in yourself, so let's keep going.
Of course. Same time, right? You're doing it same time next week?
No, Rick will be on.
Huh?
Rick will be on next week.
Okay. How do
Yeah, I got my Sunday live streams on the Zach Ginn channel. I just go there.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Love to see it. All right. Kayla, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you related to Zach Herring?
No.
Oh, okay. That's one of somebody I work with. All right.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm kind of nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I don't like being on camera.
You turn the camera off if you don't. If you mind.
It's fine. It's fine. So I'm new and I've been cold calling. And first of all, I just wanted to say thank you because you and your dad do so much for people like me who are single moms and
there we go. I think your mic's all screwed up. She was just saying some cool stuff. Your mic is muted. We can't hear you. Oh, she's talking. Oh boy. Kayla, we can't hear you. Maybe my mic's off. Is my mic off?
Oh, sorry. Can you
hear
there
me
we
now?
go.
There we go.
Okay. The lead that I'm actually here to ask you about just called me, so I'm gonna call him back right after this. So it's perfect timing. But he has 18 properties that they're rentals. They all have like tenants except for one, and he wants to sell them like all at the same time. And he sent me a spreadsheet of all of them with like new roof on this year, new flooring on this year, stuff like that. And I did like some basic comps just off of Deal Machine and Zillow and what he sent me. To get an idea on like how much to offer for each one. But my question is, because I have a friend who's done wholesaling since 2019. So I asked him like, hey, is this even, do you even think this would be a deal? He said, yeah, for sure. So I'm wondering like for the contracts, do I do like 18 individual contracts and then just move them that way? Or should I do like 3 or 4 on each one? Or, what would you recommend?
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. The chance of you locking up 18 contracts and selling all of them is very low.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. But I talked about somebody on the last Sunday live stream. I don't know if you heard it, but I asked him this question. I'm not going to put you on the spot because you said you're nervous, right? I asked him,
you can.
This was on the Discord call. So if you were not on ZachDiscord.com, you didn't hear it. I asked this guy, I said, how do you eat an elephant? And he said, I'd start with the head. I said, what is wrong with you? So the saying is, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? Mm-hmm. So you probably told your kids, don't try to eat the whole meal in one bite, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to take your own advice. Mm-hmm. You're trying to bite off way more than you can chew. 18 deals is a lot of deals, right?
It is.
What I like doing is in my mind, calculating this, the chance of you wholesaling those 18, all of them, 5%, which is very low. Now, what's your chance of wholesaling just one? Probably way higher. And so what I'll tell you is ask them, hey, so we can establish trust, so we can go and just show you that I'm legit. Give me your most problematic property. Let me buy that one, establish trust, and then after that, we can do all of them all at once.
Okay.
And so wholesale one of them, then go and do everything else because the negotiation of 18 is a lot. I think if you do one, I think it'll be good to go. So you said somebody said that it's easy to wholesale, or were they JV with you or something like that?
Oh no, he didn't say it would be easy at all. No, this is just a friend that I've been friends with for a long time. Him and his wife started wholesaling back in 2019, and he's actually the person who I went to when I was like, hey, how do I get started and stuff, and then I found you and your dad's website and stuff. But basically he said it's possible if the motivation is right and the price is right. And basically I called him about one specific house that I got off a Deal Machine. It has an active lien on it and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, I want to sell it, but I want to sell all of my 18 rentals. Like I want to sell all of them. And so he's motivated because they all need a lot of work and stuff like that, I guess.
What I actually don't give. Can you just give me the state?
Florida.
Florida. Okay.
Hmm.
Are we north of Broward County?
Yeah, it's
La, 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 la. I don't want to know. Okay. That's all I was
yeah.
asking you. If it's north of Broward County, I like it, right?
It is.
Are they
It's in
mobile
a
homes?
great, no, one of them, only one.
Okay,
The
okay.
other ones are
Don't
all
tell me
single
anymore.
family.
Kayla, I don't even
Okay.
want to hear it. Okay.
Okay.
Don't want to hear it because anything more, you're in a big risk. So if you want to email support at flipwithrick.com, we can look at it if you have prices. I can give you a quick like, whoa, boom. We can help you out with it. I mean, you got my reputation on the line there. If you want to do all yourself, you can. It's up to you what you want to do. If it's in a good area, I think you could probably just do one and then do all of them at once.
It's a great area.
That's probably what I would do. The reason, this is just personally me being selfish, right? If this was my lead, what I would do, not for Kayla, just what I would do, I would wholesale the one deal, build the trust, and then I would offer on the other 17, I would offer 40 grand EMD, something crazy, just for all of them. Really like lock the guy up and get stupid prices on all of them and try to wholesale them to a hedge. That's what I would do. That's just me. Depending if it's a hedge fund friendly place or not, that's personally what I would do to leverage more of a good price on there. But if you want to email support at flipwithrick.com, I'll have Rick look at it and somebody in my company can reach out to you. If not, do the one deal yourself and then start doing the rest from there. Because you might find one buyer that wants to buy them all.
Yeah. My friend was basically saying it would be easier to just like move 3 or 4 at a time.
Exactly what I was saying.
Yeah. And also, so he just called me while I'm on here with you. So like when I call him back in a second, so I should just basically be like, hey, basically get more about his motivation to sell all of them, because I have a little bit of motivation, but someone like him, he's very busy. So we've only talked very briefly through email and stuff. So I want to get him on
Not
the
over
phone
the phone?
longer. We have talked over the phone.
Okay.
He sent me his email over the phone and he talked to me a little bit over the phone. And then he told me to email him. I emailed him. He told me what times would be good and sent me his cell phone number instead of his work number. And he sent me a spreadsheet of everything.
Great.
And he just called me back. So I'm going to basically just tell him like, hey, what is your most problematic house that you have the most problems with? Let's get a contract done and then go from there after it's sold and see what he says.
Okay. Let's email me the deal and let me see what I can do here. I think there's something I think I can help you out with this one. If not, you just get advice if the area is good or not. Or I can, if it's a deal that I don't think is good, I can kind of give you some hedge funds you can just do yourself.
Okay. It's a good area. You would like it. I feel like.
Yeah.
That's great.
Support at flipwithrick.com. I'll look at it and then I'll probably have someone on my team reach out this afternoon.
Okay. So do you want me to call him back right now or just wait?
Send the info. Let me get some information and then we can go from there. Someone on my team, I got someone I could probably send this to, a hedge fund specialist on our team that she knows what she's doing. But we just got to see, right?
Would you like me to send you the spreadsheet that he sent me that has like the addresses, the rent amount, the lease expiration, stuff like that?
Sure. And guess what? If Zach Ginn signs the deed on all those houses and I screw you, my whole reputation's done, right? So that's the one. And the reason I'm telling you that is you're going to get 14 DMs tonight from John Smith, who's holding money in his Honda Accord, who's 14 years old, telling you, give me all the addresses, Kayla. Don't do it. Okay?
Of course.
Be very, very careful. So that's all I could say. So I'll tell you, I had that deal I did, that dispo deal, I had 4 guys try to steal that deal. We still have it in Houston last week. So I don't want to get into that right now. But send me the email and I'll look for it and we'll see what we can do.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Zach.
All right. Thank you. There we go. Hopefully I'll make a deal there. We'll see. All right, we got Isabelle. How are you? Hello. She literally wrote, just got 2 tired landlord deals. Come on. Dang. Trying to help people out get some money. Okay.
Hey, can you hear me?
There we go.
Sorry, I was stuck on. I didn't realize I had to click cancel something to. I was
No
like,
worries.
what? Hey, man. Yeah, I got 2 tired landlord deals that I just closed. And I actually didn't really have a question. I was just wanting to listen in on all these great conversations. Just get some. Your speech today or your presentation was so spot on, man. Because I've been really like going into like panic zones and just ridiculous, against myself zone. So thank
We've
you.
talked before in Flipwithrick Plus, though, right?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, definitely.
I think we talked before you closed that deal, right? Those 2 deals, right?
Yeah. So I did those, and I'm now I'm a bit like your friend who's up there in Colorado Springs, but working in Savannah. Like I'm sort of on that fence of trying to invest in some help for myself because I work by myself, but also just trying to keep plugging through until I get a few more under my belt, and then can make start spending
You haven't
money.
messaged me in Flipwithrick Plus in 27 days. You know that?
I haven't what?
You haven't messaged me in Flipwithrick Plus in 27 days.
I know. Yeah,
Whose fault is that?
Mine. Oh, 100%. Man, you were speaking to me today. I was just like, beep, raising my hand.
No, but like, Isabelle, the reason why I'm saying this, I'm not trying to like make you feel bad or do it in front of everyone.
No, you don't
like,
have to.
You just got 2 deals. How much were they for?
10 and 15. No, 10 and 5. So 15 total.
So just like Elijah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah,
15 grand, right? Like we need you to make 15 grand next month. We need you to keep this momentum up. And the only way you stop the momentum is you.
Yeah, I totally fell for it myself. Yeah.
So we need to kind of keep the
100%.
ball rolling. Because the ball stops, then you got to keep the momentum. So you need to message me. We got to talk, and we got to get another 15 grand, okay?
Okay. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Zach.
All right. Thanks, Isabelle. Keep it up. Yeah, I remember talking to her. Tired landlord. She's got to keep doing that and get it going. So there's people in Flipwithrick Plus, right? You can go to flipwithrickplus.com if you want to join. And we got our live event coming up in October, 23rd, 24th. We're really excited about that. Just go to flipwithrickplus.com, then you get a free ticket. You can join us. Pretty exciting. But yeah, these people message me every week. And when you don't message me, I get very upset. We got to keep going. All right, let's keep it up. We got Danny. What's going on, man? You're muted.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
I'm blessed, man. How can I help you out?
Good, man. Good. My name's Diego, actually. I'm on my little brother's YouTube account right now because I'm on my work laptop. So sorry about that.
That's all right. No worries.
No, I have 5 days into your program, and I really appreciate all your help, man. So we had a huge flood here in Sarasota, Florida, and it flooded a lot of people's houses. And I work with this girl, and her whole house got flooded, and she was telling me about it. Obviously, she's a distressed seller. She's trying to get rid of it, and she gave me her husband's number. So before, that was on my second day. I had no idea about any contracts. I had no idea. I was just going through your course at the time. And I established a few cash buyers, and one cash buyer was like, yeah, sure, I'll go look at it with you. And then after going through the course with you, I was like, whoa, let me back up. Let me call you back because I don't want him going with me, obviously, if I don't have anything in place. So I'm sorry about my lack of knowledge, but now that I have the address, I have the home, I just don't know how to give them the offer. And I have a lot of rapport with these people since I work. We probably work something out. And I wouldn't mind JVing it if I did get it on their contract just for the learning experience.
I get it. So I would love Diego to say go to freewholesaling.com, but you're 5 days into freewholesaling.com, right? So I get it. So I hate to tell you, but I would probably skip to the acquisition section and watch like 3 hours of videos of that tonight.
Yeah, I did that last night too.
Okay, well, so if you went through the videos, let's go over it. What did that video say how to make an offer?
Okay, so I have all of it on my notes, so let me go ahead and pull it up right here. So let's see. So the offer on the property, Okay, so we're past the sellers. So offer on the properties, how to calculate the property's worth, ARV and MAO, max allowable offer. And then what I have to do is ask the seller, are you willing to make a yes or no decision on this? Dollar bill method. Let's see. Sorry, I'm a little nervous here, but
Why are you Diego? Come on. What am I gonna do? Oh man. So
because
angry at you. Like dude,
so why are you looking to sell the property? We got that. We know about the condition. We know the time frame is pretty short because they're trying to get out of there. And then the house across the street also flooded with no flood insurance, so that's also an opportunity. And then I'm stuck at the price. So I'm not exactly sure just yet how to come up with a price. Once I can come up with that, then I can go to the husband. I have a meeting with him anytime this week because they live down the street from me, so that's no problem. I just gotta find a price.
okay.
That's the part that I'm stuck.
Diego, let me ask you a question. Are you an expert home repair flood specialist?
Absolutely not.
No. Okay. So if you are not, how are we going to expect you to become one, right?
Right. Exactly.
I'm not either. Okay. I'm not either. And so if this was me, I first I'd be like, well, I don't exactly know in my mind. I don't exactly know how much the cost to repair the flood would be.
Yeah.
I know it's got to be below 30 grand, but I know it's not going to be above that.
Yeah.
Here's the secret, as you see today. Like you don't have to be this crazy analytical person. It sometimes doesn't hurt just to give a lowball offer and just see where they're at.
Okay.
Right. And then just go to a buyer like, hey, would you buy this for 120? Buy it for 240, whatever it is. Right. And so the key point of making an offer that you're asking is, number one, you got the right notes, right? Figure out a rough MAO. Doesn't have to be perfect.
I have your chart too and everything.
Rough MAO.
Yep.
And then I would offer 70% of that MAO.
Okay.
As the initial offer. I would use the good cut, bad cut method. So
Yeah.
you're buying this deal with Zach, right? You're buying it with me. And I was talking to Zach. I was talking to Diego about the property and talking about the flood damage and everything like that. And he's a big investor in Florida. And he told me we were looking to buy it for around $200,000. That's what he wanted to buy it at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take it. Yeah, and then go from there.
Yeah, where I messed up is I told him, oh, my uncle's looking for a property. He was interested in that. So I might just say my uncle Zach, or something like that. I don't know, I'm working through a lot of moving pieces here.
So I would just frame it in the way that me and my uncle are buying it together versus he's just doing it. Because they're going to say, well, let me talk to your uncle.
Okay.
Now you're screwed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I just kind of change it up a little, but make the offer, sign the contract, meet in person.
Okay. And one more question, Zach, real quick. So I have the contract on my Word document, but it says this is just for editing purposes or something like that. Is that a contract that I can actually use?
It's up to you what you want to do with it. Most people take the warning off and they go with it.
Okay, so it's okay. I can use that contract.
But if you decide to sue me because the contract was not up to someone's standards and you get sued, you can't sue me because you have the warning on it. Does that make sense?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a warning on that contract, so you just don't go try and put me in a stupid lawsuit. Hey, I'm involving Zach in this lawsuit because he made the contract.
Okay.
I'm not dealing with that. The problem is we have 300,000 printed contracts a year.
Yeah.
How many of those end up in litigation? Maybe 15 or 20.
Okay,
but I don't want to pay 10% of a contract fee and all. I'm not doing that, right?
So the seller can't come after me for that contract. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Let me give you a real example.
Yeah.
You decide to write in the contract that you're going to buy the house for $4 from an elderly lady.
Okay.
That's worth $400,000, which is criminal, right? I mean, that's elder abuse. I'm not saying you're doing it. Right. And you go say, well, Zach actually wrote the contract, and it's all Zach's fault. And now I am in a criminal civil lawsuit, and I got to go through all this stupid stuff. It's like, no, I gave you a warning. You have to edit it yourself.
I see what you're saying.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Because it's like giving somebody a baseball bat. Yeah, I'm going to sell you a baseball bat. If you go hit somebody with it, don't blame me.
Right.
And but you play baseball and it works well, it's legal and fine.
Okay.
Like
Gotcha.
making a car. It's
Gotcha.
just, it's a legal warning saying that you understand that this is just a template and you can edit the way you want, and then it's
Okay.
your responsibility from there. That's why I tell everyone, take the contract, edit it how you want, give it to a title company, seeing if it's a-okay.
Okay. Okay. And you said I can do 14 days or however days for the that I have to be able to find a buyer. If I don't find a buyer in that time, what happens? How do you back out of the deal? Are you liable for anything? Which is me,
So
you know.
go to wholesaling.com too. It's going to be all in there, but I know you're doing it. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm talking to you.
Appreciate it.
So 14-day inspection period, let's say what it is. You should, in my opinion, do 30 to 45 days.
Okay.
Rick says 30, I say 45. We actually disagree on that. I think longer is better. I don't know why he doesn't want the extra 15 days, but whatever, right? That's just him. After 30 days, you can't get your EMD back. But within 30 days, you can get your EMD back. Now, it's called the inspection period, which every real estate contract in the United States of America has usually an inspection period. It's not like a wholesaling. It's insane. I once had a flip. I don't want to talk about it because it's kind of upsetting, where I was going to make a lot of money on the flip. And it was a first-time home buyer buying it. And it was with a realtor, right? All proper, jazzy, you know.
Yeah.
Don't get me started with the pin and everything. And they decided on the last day of the inspection period, the 10-day inspection period, they're going to back out. I'm like, what do you mean you're backing out? Yeah, I don't like the feng shui of the place. And I have to go get another buyer. And I'm like, all right, I wasted 10 days on the market because of this. And that's how realtors work. So the inspection period is for any reason, the buyer can just get out of the contract whenever they want within that period.
Okay.
No matter how stupid of the reason.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, after 30 days, you can get in trouble. So so that means if you have a 30-day inspection, just get out day 27.
Okay.
Right? Don't do something stupid, right?
Yeah.
But the worst liability you'll have is a breach of contract, which you lose your EMD, which is $100, $500, whatever it is. So I just get out during this. But if you get out during the inspection period, there's nothing, you can't really get in trouble for it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Zach. I appreciate it.
All right. Wholesaling.com, man. Got this. Oh, all right. And then we got Jania?
Yeah, it's Jania.
Jania, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys? Or you
I'm blessed.
in the chat. So I'm in Kentucky. I virtually wholesale in North Carolina and Georgia.
Okay, we're in Kentucky.
West Liberty is like a small, very small town. 2 hours from Louisville, 2 hours from Lexington. You know.
Okay. So you can't make it work over there. All right, got it.
Right. But anyways, I guess I'm telling you a little bit of backstory about myself. I've been doing one deal a month, which is great.
Whoa. Okay. Hold on for a second.
I got the touch to show you.
Don't be like, oh, I'm just doing one deal a month. That's amazing. Congrats.
Thank you.
We'll brush that off.
But I come into a little of a pickle, right? And it's been aggravating because I don't want to miss this month in deals, right? So I got 3 leads, right? 2 of them are under contract. One of them, I was planning on doing a novation with it, but I know how you guys feel about novation. So, I mean, it's the only way because she's motivated, but she's stuck on a high price, and I just can't get her down.
No creative finance?
No. I'm like, lady, look.
You could try innovation. I just get out of that deal. That's just me. The risk of innovation is just too high for me.
Right.
All I can tell you is I don't name names. There's certain prominent individuals in wholesaling that you hear about that did innovations and they had 3 blow up and they stopped talking about them. That's all I can say. Like everyone that I know that does it on a large scale, it just peters out.
So, yeah, it was my last option. I'm not in contract with her yet. It's a good area. It's in North Carolina, but I do have a buyer and he's like a realtor as well. And he don't want to buy it, of course, because it's too high. But if the house don't need a lot of work, then I mean, I guess innovation could work, but I don't know. I'm not here to talk about innovation.
No, I get it. What I would do in that situation though is I would probably get a referral from a realtor and get paid half the commission. Not half the commission, a marketing fee, something stupid. That's the only way I think you can make money off of that.
Okay, but this one house I got under contract is in North Carolina as well. She's really motivated. She don't even want money from the house. But I was like, look, lady, I'm not gonna do that to you. So I got her in the contract for $40,000, right? Code enforcement lien. Her father-in-law has been dead for like 14 hours. So I meant 14 years. 14 years. Sorry.
Okay. Lord.
And it went through probate, which is great because it's a probate deal as well. Her husband died, so now she's the owner of both the estates. I got her in the contract for $40,000, and the ARV is like a good 175, 200. But the problem is, the house needs a lot of work because it has like some foundation issues and all that, and it has $100,000 worth of liens. It has a mortgage, it has a code enforcement lien, it has a tax lien. All equates to like 95, 100,000. So what can I do in that situation? I've been thinking of a short sale. Maybe I can get another buyer, but with the house needing like $60,000 worth of work, I'm not sure that it would go for that.
Okay. So what's the equity on the deal?
The mortgage is like there's $78,000 left in a mortgage loan.
Okay, no, like what's the equity after the liens and everything?
I don't know. I'm not good at it.
Okay, you're doing all these deals. So
Right.
basically, equity is basically just how much is the property worth and how much is owed. So let's just do the math together then. So what is the equity? So sorry. So you said 70 grand's owed,
In total, 95,000.
including liens.
Yes.
Okay, what's the 140,000 for then?
140,000. I'm sorry. I'm confusing you and myself.
Okay, so mortgage and the liens is 95 grand.
Right.
Okay, so if the property's worth $100,000, that'd be $5,000 equity, right? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What are you trying to lock it up for?
I have it locked up at 40,000, but obviously that won't work because.
Oh boy.
Are you talking about for a buyer?
Yeah.
Well, I was quoted from one buyer, my main buyer, at 85,000 because it needs like $60,000 worth of work.
Okay. What kind of lien is this? Do you know?
It's a tax lien, and the 12,000 is a tax lien. The code enforcement lien is 5,000.
You could probably negotiate the code enforcement lien down by half.
Right.
They're not going to budge on a tax lien.
Right. I was thinking maybe like a short sale, but that takes a while.
I don't think you can do a short. I don't think you're going to wholesale a short sale. There's a lot of regulatory tape now with wholesaling short sales, and a short sale is with a bank.
Right.
So most of the money owed is not with a bank, and you can't really short sale it. I mean, maybe a HELOC, but I don't think that's going to work either. I mean, maybe. The only thing I can think of is even creative finance is going to suck because you have to pay that tax lien because they're probably going to try to take the property over.
Right.
So you came on here to give me impossible questions.
Sorry, I mean.
No. I'm just kidding with you, but like, this is kind of the same issue. Like, there's just not enough meat on the table.
Right.
I would probably. if the tax, I mean, how, that's a lot in tax liens. 50 with a, so they're behind 40 grand in taxes.
Yeah, 12 grand in taxes, 5 grand in code enforcement, and 78 in mortgage alone.
Oh, okay. If 78 is the mortgage, okay, 15, 20, okay. You might need to list it and maybe they get their equity out of it, but like, it's not your fault that they didn't pay their taxes. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that a code violation is going after them. I mean, you'd have to find a buyer that is willing to buy it for over that 95 grand for 100 grand and you renegotiate and make 5 grand.
Right. My buyer did say that he has a partner that can buy it for like a little over 100. But I don't think he wants to, but if it's his partner's money, then why not? What do you think? Short sale or
I would say no on a short sale. What
Okay.
I'm going to tell you is I would probably find a buyer for 100, 105, lock it up for 95, make sure the seller nets nothing, and you make 5 or 10 grand. That's probably going to be your best option because it helps seller, helps you, and that's a win-win for everyone. Short sale, you're in a world of hurt there.
Right.
I'm not going to recommend it. Just like a novation.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll do that. I'll do that today. I'll jump on my buyer because he's pretty cool. I mean, if anybody in the chat or YouTube want to JV with me and YouTube, sorry, Zach.
There we go.
In North Carolina or Georgia, I'm your go-to person. But I just want to thank you and Rick and stuff, and for all you guys do.
Well, I appreciate Jania. I always say there's all these people doing all these deals and they don't even message me or talk to me. And you're one of those. You never DM me a check, but you end up doing a lot of deals. And so, you know, it just, I really appreciate you actually following the advice, and all of the success comes down to you and you only. So congratulations.
All right. Thank you. How do I get out of here?
I'll hop you off. All right. Thanks, Jania. Have a great one. Here we go. Jania's out here doing money. We saw Elijah doing out here money. Isabelle out here doing money. Diego's about to make some money, right? We were getting all these people who, just because they went to freewholesaling.com and decided how to learn how to wholesale real estate for free, because I'm the only person on the internet to have the balls to teach real estate for free. I'm the only person who has the balls to teach wholesaling real estate for free, that all these people's lives are changed. And so if they can do it, you can do the same exact thing. So if you believe in yourself, you're ready to go out here and make a change, go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed day.